That Pouf is one slick motherfucker, if it wasn't for Gone. Now, I'm here today to do a review of Hunter x Hunter, episode 125. This episode was overall pretty fucking good. We got character progression, plot progression, we got it all. This was nearly a perfect episode, but the, I mean, the episode didn't seem that great, but if you actually look at it from the character progression and the plot progression that we got, it was amazing. But now it starts off with Killua and Palm sitting there talking like they were last episode, and Palm was telling Killua that he's a person that Gon needs the most right now, and if she can do anything to help Gon, she's more than welcome to do it. Now, possibly Gon and not Killua and Palm will be going after Yuppie or Pouf here shortly. Now, what's happened is Knuckle shows up with Malarion against Malarion's basically warnings at Gon's area where he's sitting there with Pitou while Pitou's healing Himogi. Alright? And basically he asks Pouf to step outside, and Pouf tells him that he's just a clone, that most of his own body's already headed towards the king. And Gon's like, he did that to get a mental advantage over Knuckle because Knuckle wouldn't want to fight his whole full form, and he's trying to be slick because he knows that if he Knuckle attacks him right now, then Knuckle could kill him easily because his main clone has this, or at least a good percentage of a clone have to stay there for his body to be maintained. It said that in the fight versus Morel right after it was over. Alright, and basically, so he's got a mental advantage over him, and then Knuckles like, yeah, Morel told me that you can make clones. But then Gon's like, no, don't get tricked by him. He's still here. There's no way he can prove he can make clones. Well then, shortly after, Pouf is like, basically decided he was gonna dip out, and Pitou knew it and was like, no, don't do it. But he still did it anyway. He turned in all his clones and dipped out the roof and said he'd be waiting in front of the courtyard in 10 minutes you wanted if you wanted to come fight him, which I'm not sure if he's actually going to wait or that he actually is going to go towards the king. It would make sense for him to go toward the king, but it'd make for a good fight if he did wait, because Pitou versus Knuckle was that was the fight I'd seen happen in the very beginning, but they put Pitou versus, not Pitou, but Pouf, Pouf versus Knuckle. Pouf should fought Morel at the beginning, but I didn't really see that being the actual fight. Seeing how in the beginning of this arc, before not in the beginning of the whole arc, but in the beginning of the castle invasion, Morel and Nob basically said that they were going to use their power here, so they wouldn't be much help against the royal guards of the king. So I knew it would come down to like Knuckle or Palm or somebody. I'd figured Palm would be dead, but Palm came back in this new form she's got, and now they're lining up Knuckle versus Pouf, which is the way I expected it to be, and so I'm happy about that. If he actually does wait for him and doesn't just go towards the king. Now, Gon was sitting there with the direct orders for Pouf not to leave the room, and then Pitou starts pleading with Gon not to do anything rash because Pouf left the room. And Gon was basically like, 10 minutes, you have 10 minutes left. 10 minutes less to kill her. Heal her, sorry. 10 minutes less to heal Komogi. And Dr. Blythe has been getting better over this whole arc, so that's basically what it just said. If you didn't know that, Dr. Blythe can heal faster now. And originally Pitou had said said 3 or 4 hours, because she knew it wouldn't take that long. She over-exaggerated on purpose because she maybe foreseen something like this happening. And they agreed on a time that was actually reasonable for her to heal all of Komogi's wounds in. And with 10 minutes left, it's still possible. Now she's debating what she wants to do as soon as he finishes healing Komogi, whether she wants to immediately jump into attack, or not, because she wants to fight him so he don't kill the king, because she thinks that he's going to kill the king. All right, and but if he leaves the side of Komugi, I mean, she leaves the side of Komugi. Komugi becomes vulnerable to Gon or anyone else who wants to harm her, and she has no one to take Komugi to the king. So she's got to protect Komugi and fight Gon at the exact same time. Now, whether she's not, I originally I thought she was gonna, yeah, fulfill her promise and actually go help Kite. I don't know why I was stupid. She's a bad guy, but I assumed that she was actually gonna do it. But well, she's not, basically. At least that's what I got out of this episode. And she's just gonna try to fight, unless she realizes that she's not gonna be able to do anything right now. Now, be that as it may, if she does, she goes back to Kite. Kite gets help. Kite, you know, she does the best she can do with Kite to fix him up. And Knuckle basically told Gon that he sees what's wrong and he sees his points of view, but he's still going to do things his own way. And he almost told Gon that Yuppie was not really a bad guy to him, but he didn't want to, you know, make Gon hesitate, because that could cost Gon his life. So he just walked away, basically. Knuckles gone out of the room now. It's just Gon and Pitou. And on the other hand, you got Palm and Killua sitting downstairs. And Knuckle Malarion are headed wherever the fuck they're headed, we don't know yet. And then it cuts over to the king versus Netero. And Netero starts to show off some of his real power now after he provoked the king into fighting him. Now, he used his 99 hand method, or 99th hand, which is fucking badass. So someone's like this great big, alright, I'm not sure what it's called. I know it's like, the Buddha is supposed to be a dude that's just under a tree, but most of the statues are made of pure gold. And the Ashra is supposed to have like 9 hands. Now, I'm not sure what the dude with 100 hands is called. I want to say it's like something with Enju, like Enju, but I don't know the name of it. But basically, he summons that big ass statue of gold, and the hands just start slapping the king around. Now, the king, you can clearly be seen trying to defend it, but he don't have enough power to like fend that back off. Then basically, after he's sitting there slapping the king's ass into the ground, they fall into a tomb. And Netero's like, "This is a tomb, your tomb." And then he summons basically another form of the statue and starts slapping him left to right. And manages to slap him through a couple pillars and into a wall. Then at the end, you see the king getting ready to fight back, and he's actually in his full-on red-ass eyes, aura poking out, pissed, ready to fucking kill somebody. Now, I can't wait for this fight to go off, because I want to see some of the king's true potential. Maybe the king's already come up with a power we don't know yet. We just know the king has is very, very strong and has a very strong aura. And we've seen basically a little bit of Netero's power, but I'm sure before all this Buddha thing happened, he had more power, because he was already a pretty strong hunter before he did the 10,000 punches of thankfulness, or whatever it's called. So obviously he's got tons more power that we haven't even started to view yet, which, if it shows it, it's going to be epic. This is like the most anticipated fight of Hunter x Hunter besides Hisoka versus Gon, or Killua. I'm hoping Killua fights Alumni, but that's just me. This is one of the fights, one of the most anticipated fights in Hunter x Hunter. So look forward to it, guys. Peace.